secrets of maximizing gross margin in retail. Comes down to really one thing: belief. If you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. You see, gross margin is often in your head. The reason why I say this is because I've worked with countless companies out there, all of which have high competition. Especially with the internet these days, no matter where you are, you have to compete against the internet. Most people out there face the same sort of environments as far as competition goes. So let's just take that excuse off the table. Why would one company in market A make 10 points of gross margin more than another company in market B who sell exactly the same product, have exactly the same number of salespeople? Why would there be a 10% margin difference? Well, if you ask the company B, who got a lower gross margin, of why their margin was so low, they would say, our competition price is lower. People shop it on the internet with our phones, so we can't price at that. They'd be full of excuses, okay? If I ask company A why you're getting higher gross margins, they would say, because we can get them. They believe they can do it. If you believe you can do it, then you're on your way to higher gross margins. So I'm going to tell you some of what the company A would do. First of all, you have to commit to a base level of margins. And that's what you can use multipliers and kind of like a cost up approach. And that's just where it starts. Like a cost up approach means you're taking your landed cost and you're multiplying it by a certain amount to achieve a price of some sort. And most people will do a higher level retail price and then a middle price and everyday sale price, something like that. Whether you're a 1, 2, or 3 price structure, it matters what the last price is. That's the important thing, all right? So you start with the multiplier. It doesn't stop there though. That gives the merchandiser and buyer a guide for new merchandise that allows them to say, okay, if you're starting at, say, a 2.5 over landed, so that will give them a suggestion. From there, making more margin, and this is a key point, making more margin is a game of detail. You actually have to put your feet on the ground, go walk over the item, look at it, see what it could fetch, and play with it. If you think you can get more, add it. Go up with the price point. See, margin is also about price pointing. How does that price point fit within the full lineup of the floor? Where does it fit? If it fits in one price point above, mark it up. It doesn't matter that that might be at a 65 margin. That's okay if it fits within the lineup at that price point. Now you're saying out there, well, they're just going to shop the competition and see it on the internet for a lower price. Great. I love it when someone comes in with their phone and takes a picture of the price tag because that's a buying signal. Hey, you like that? Great. Sit down. See how it feels. Don't worry about the price right now. A little trick you can do there too is you can change the model numbers and make it private label on the price tag to avoid the internet shopping. Private labeling is really just about deciding to push your brand instead of the various vendors' brands. When you make it your brand, even though it came from some common vendors out there, it's not shoppable, or it's harder to shop that item on the internet. You have an advantage. The customer's in front of you at your store, showing you that they like the product. Always have a guaranteed lowest price, by the way. Have a guaranteed lowest price. That'll give the customer confidence. And if they match it in a related market, if it's halfway across the country, don't match it. But if it's right in your market, match the price. There you go, you made a sale, okay? But price by exception and use the multipliers to create a baseline level. Okay, use private label where necessary. A great way to increase gross margin is packaging. don't just show the price of a chair and the price of a table and the price of the lamp or whatever. Show everything as a group and show a package price. Then you can have your individual prices. So it's also about gross margin dollars. If you can sell the package more than the individuals, you're going to make a higher gross margin dollar amount on that sale. By displaying your product better in lifestyle settings, there are two areas that you really need to maximize gross margin on: best sellers and special order. Most of your profitable selling comes from best sellers and special order. Without good margin on those sales, you'll never have good margin. Best sellers, when you do your weekly review or your weekly purchasing of your best sellers, look at your margin. Can it get a higher price? Or does the current price make sense? You don't want to kill it by pricing it in a different price point, where you got to watch it when you do that anyways. But chances are, by just adjusting the price a little bit, you're not going to affect your sales, and you're going to massively affect your margin, because if you do that continuously over all your best sellers on an ongoing basis, that really adds up. With special orders, it's a lot easier, because when you're pricing special orders, just ensure that your salespeople are pricing in the fashion that your business dictates. Here's some other ways to grow gross margin. Tying your commission plan into high gross margin production is key with growing gross margin dollars. So if somebody, this is one of the 5 smart steps. So if somebody sells at a higher gross margin, they're going to make more. So a good salesperson usually wants to make more. So they're going to not want to cut price. Another thing on the incentive side, have a team bonus based on gross margin percentage, provided a certain sales volume is achieved. And you can split the team bonus on a percentage basis of sales by salesperson. So if your team bonus, you get 53 gross margin percent on delivered sales at X number of sales for the month, take a certain dollar amount and divide it amongst your sales team. It's just an extra carrot for everybody to move towards. You need to get everybody rowing in the right direction and thinking of what's important to you and your business, and you're going to get results. Another way, markdowns. Try to mark down sooner rather than waiting for an annual clearance sale. By marking down sooner, you're not only giving it a chance to turn faster, you're getting rid of that dog at a higher margin than you would have if you waited to slash it by 60% in the annual clearance sale. So in summary, there's a lot of operational tools and techniques that you can employ to grow your gross margin. But it all starts with this: deciding that you can do it.